Hey, happy RBE everyone. Um, so today, advertising the RBE, I'm spending time in the chat, which is always good to spend time connecting with other RBEers. But I'm also wearing the TZM T-shirt. This is Freeing Your Mind, Zeitgeist Movement. I'm planning on. I ordered a whole bunch of these, like I said yesterday, and I'm planning on wearing one like this or another version of this every day. Even though it'll seem kind of strange, actually that's what will make people notice it more. Because they'll be like, why are you wearing a shirt every day? It's always the same one. Well, I'll tell you why. So, I wanted to show you this too. This is a badge, an iron-on badge that you can download a PDF, a printable PDF under this video. And what you can do is then you print it on an iron-on paper, and there are different kinds of paper. There's some that are designed for light clothing, and there's some that are designed for color clothing. Those are more expensive, but they will last. I mean, they last a long time. I mean, one sheet gives you a whole bunch of them, right? And you see in the bottom here, they're cutouts already. Those are already cut out, and they last. This one has lasted a couple years already. Here it's a good place. I noticed it on my butt, on like pants and stuff. It doesn't last as long, obviously, because I sit on it, right? But here it's lasting great. And yeah, that's a great way, and I highly recommend doing that. And the other thing I want to show you today is the RBE game that a lady friend of mine and I designed. So you see this page here. The idea is that there's a sheet of this, right? You can print these out also. You can see how to make this game in the links under the video. So with that sheet, the idea is that we give that sheet to all the players, and then you see there are cards. I grabbed just regular cheap playing cards and put a sticker on the drawing, and then wrote what they are on it. So there's a card of these for each one of these spaces, right? And the idea is, okay, so what we do is we, I have a whole bunch of them, right? Because I've designed the game for 20, this version. And so what you do is so each player gets a sheet of these, and full, okay, so that everyone can fill their sheets, right? So you have the same amount of cards of each kind of need. They're all basic needs for each person, right? So there's transportation, there's internet, there's energy, there's food, there's water, clothing, housing, education, healthcare, transportation. Oh, I already said that. Yeah. Okay. So. And then, so the way the game is played is that everybody has to, in a very short period of time, all the players have to have all their needs met. They have to have all those spaces full of a card that corresponds to that space, right? So they're the exact amount of cards to fill all the spaces are selected before the game starts, and they're shuffled and distributed among the players, and then we ask the players to get all their needs met before the time is up. Now, the idea is that it's very short time, right? So probably people will start to trade, right? Or maybe not. Maybe they will catch on right away that the only way to actually get all the needs met in time is by just giving them out, not worrying about getting anything in return, right? Just filling all the slots out with all your cards, and so if you have 2 housing, for instance, you give it to someone else without worrying that you're being left with a card less, right? So if people realize that right away, the idea is that we can tell them, okay, now try to do that trading, right? To try to get it done in time by trading your cards first to get all the cards that you need met. And obviously, if the idea is that if they do get it in the amount of time, because the amount of time is too short for the amount of players. Okay, according to how many players, it's faster or shorter. There's less time. So then we play the game again with one less minute to see if they can still succeed in getting all their needs met of every player. Every player has to get all their needs met, or everybody loses. That's the way the game is played. And eventually, it gets so fast that the only way to do it is just putting them down, just not worrying about trade. So that's the RBE game, and I recommend downloading it and preparing these cards. It's a little bit of work. Took me a few hours, but it's worth it to teach people, classes and stuff, how trade is inefficient. So remember, if every day we tell one person that now everybody can live a life of luxury in a resource-based economy, we will end war, poverty, and create a sustainable and just future for everybody. Happy RBE.